Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I thought it'd be fun to do another pick a card reading, but this time we're going to do like an energy check-in, especially for those of you that are empaths or highly sensitive, light workers. So I'm an empath as well, so I kind of know how that feels, and I just thought it'd be fun to do something a little bit different, and hopefully we'll get a little energy check-in. And I'm just going to pull a couple of cards from each pile, so take a minute to just kind of look at each of our decks and decide which one is kind of calling to you. We've got the Greenwich Tarot here as our number 1 pile. Number 2 is the Naked Heart Tarot. And then number 3, this is the Lunar Soul Tarot. So I'm just going to give you a minute to look at those and decide. And then, yeah, like I said, we'll pull a card from each of the decks and get a little energy check-in for you. And I've got some oracle cards here as well. Pull an oracle card for each group. So okay, you can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna move these out of the way so we can jump into the reading for group 1. Alright, so hi group 1, this is, if you chose the first pile, the Greenwich Tarot, this is your reading. So if you haven't watched my channel before, then I do shuffle before I start, but I just like to do a bit more so I can like tune in to your energy. So what we're doing here today is a little energy check-in for you. See if we can get any like insight into what's going on with your energy, and if there's anything you kind of need to know, any tips or advice that we can get for you. So this is the first one that was jumping out for you, which is the, you can see there the Lord, my camera's not very, it's not focusing very well today, but it's the Lord of Shadows, which is typically called the Death card in most traditional decks, but don't be like put off by that. I'm going to explain what it means, it's not a bad thing. Let me just get a second card for you. Okay, oh, this is cool. The Ace of Pentacles. Alright, so this is just going to be a quick reading, so I'm just putting 2 cards for each group. So for you, group 1, definitely with this Death card or the Lord of Shadows here, this card's about transformation. Obviously, like I said, it's called Death in traditional decks, so there could be a lot of things sort of ending and like things leaving your life. This can be a bit of a heavy kind of energy, so you may want to just make sure that you're doing your, I like to do like daily kind of energy protection. Just make sure you're really kind of taking control of your own energy so that you can kind of feel empowered. But yeah, this is actually quite a positive card to come up, especially when we're looking at like energy check-in and what's going on with you energetically, because I don't know, like the camera's not focusing great today, but here there's like this lunar moth that represents like transformation. So it's really about like so this might be something that you're particularly good at as well, if you are an empath, a light worker, highly sensitive, taking on these like denser, heavier kind of energies, and then transforming them into so they can be released, and the kind of lighter, brighter, more enjoyable, I'll say, energies can come in. So that was your first card, and then right next to that we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is very cool, because you know you have the ending here with the Lord of Shadows, the Death card, and then the Ace, of course, is about a brand new beginning. And I kind of love how we have like this floating ace here that's almost like, I don't know if you can see, but it's almost like the sun is behind it there, like you know, kind of floating in the clouds. So you know, whatever this is, whatever these energies are, these darker, denser energies that you're transforming, it's going to allow you to bring in something brand new. You know, the aces are full of potential. They're like the seed, the spark of something new. So for you, and you know, even though we're talking about like energy, this is, you know, pentacles are all to do with like the material and the physical and, you know, like 3D stuff. So it's almost like when you go through this like process of transformation, it's actually going to help you bring in and like manifest new opportunities that then will show up in your physical reality. So, you know, it's not just, you know, I think we sometimes like to just separate things into like, oh, you know, like energetic and spiritual and physical being quite separate. And obviously, you know, they are different. They are, to an extent, they are separate. But of course, everything is like linked. So when you make progress in one area, when you, like I said, when you transmute these kind of heavy energies and allow that transformation to happen, it does impact your physical reality. And this is telling me that, you know, if you can kind of focus on allowing that to happen and like releasing whatever it is that you need to release, it's going to give you this new opportunity to like bring in something new. So like the seed of something new, you know, brand new opportunity for you, that might be quite abundant as well. It's like I said, it's the pentacles are all to do with everything kind of earthy and material and abundance. So that's pretty cool. And I just want to pull an oracle card for you, see if we can get any more advice. So today I am using this Work Your Light oracle deck, which I just love the images in the stack and they're so pretty. So, oh my goodness, why is the camera so... There we go, that's a little bit better. So what advice or what kind of overall message can we get for pile one, please? Okay, wow. So I had two that wanted to come out at the same time, so I'm just going to pull them both out. So, excuse me, the first one. We have Starseed. I'm just trying to get this to focus a bit more. What lights you up is what it says underneath there. I don't know if you can read it because it's a little bit blurry. But what lights you up? So there we go. So if you don't know about star seeds, it just basically means that your energy could kind of have originated from elsewhere. So you might be quite a cosmic being. And yeah, I just see this as encouragement to kind of go with whatever it is that's, you know, maybe these new opportunities coming in that, you know, light you up, that make you feel, you know, full of joy and excitement, to kind of follow that through. And then going along with that, you have this warrior woman. And don't worry if you're not a woman, because it still applies. But it's just tapping into that like powerful feminine energy within. Please focus, camera. If you can't read it, it just says, have you answered your deepest calling? So it really does go along with this. I don't know if I can hold them both. Here, can we get them both here? No, I just dropped them. Yeah, they kind of go together, because you've got, you know, what lights you up, and like an encouragement to follow that, whatever that is. And then, you know, have you answered your deepest calling? So to me this is, you know, kind of giving me the impression that like whatever it is, whatever these kind of darker, deeper, denser energies are that you're transmuting and transforming and releasing, you know, it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna bring in new opportunity for you, and it's gonna allow you to follow this path of your calling. So that's whatever lights you up. It's whatever, you know, makes you feel full of joy, and, you know, being like this warrior woman and following that kind of calling from deep within. So I hope that resonated for you, group 1. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for letting me read for you today, and if you enjoyed this, please leave a comment down below, let me know. And if you want to be entered into my competition to win a free reading, then just subscribe and leave a comment, and I will enter you, and you know, choose someone at random at the end of the month to win a free reading. So cool, have a great rest of your day, group 1. So hi group 2, this, if you picked the Naked Heart Tarot, this is your reading, and we're just going to try and pull a couple of cards for you to see where your energy's at right now, and see if we can get any kind of advice for you on you know, like what you should focus on at the moment. So first of all, I'm sorry, I'm having like problems with my camera focusing. This is the Spirit of Wands, which is the King of Wands in other tarot decks. So that's interesting for our first card for you, group 2, and then pull one more message for group 2. What's going on with them energetically? Okay, and we have the Justice card here. So with the King of Wands, first of all, this to me is about kind of, you know, obviously he's a king, so he's a very like strong leader, but with the Wands, it's like, you know, very passionate, very fiery. So it could be that you're feeling quite a lot of, you know, feeling really passionate about something, feeling really excited about something, but it's not like the, you know, Knight of Wands or some of the other Wands cards can be a bit like, I want to say almost like all over the place, because, you know, you need to be quite, this energy needs to be directed, otherwise it can kind of run wild like a fire. So, but with the King of Wands, you know, because he is the king, he's like a master of the energy. So, and it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, this still applies to you, because we all have these, you know, energies within us. But this is talking about, you know, kind of you stepping into like a leadership kind of role, and really, you know, I just see this, especially because we're looking at like your energy, it's kind of like stepping into your power, and, you know, really, like I said, directing that fire, that passion in like a useful way, so it's not running wild, but it's like, you know, it's directed, you're like kind of using it to your advantage to help like power you forward. Yeah, just thinking with this like kind of salamander here as well, I think that's what it is. You know, in the fox, it's like, you know, I definitely get the impression that, you know, you're kind of quite a clever, you know, very intelligent, very, you know, sometimes foxes get like a bit of a negative connotation because it's like they could be devious or whatever, but this is not, you know, this is not a devious card or a negative card. So you know, it's really talking about like kind of using all of that passion, all of that fire, all of that creativity, and, you know, the fact that you're probably quite smart and quite intelligent, and, you know, to kind of bring it all together, and like I said, to direct this energy in like a useful way, using it to help, you know, help motivate yourself and move you forwards. And then for your second card you have Justice here, which I really like this version of the Justice card. You can see you've got the scales here, so, you know, representing balance and like equality, and then you have the sword. Obviously this represents like truth and you know, clarity, you know, so like being really clear-minded, like I was picking up with the first card. I feel like you're, you know, a very intelligent person, so, you know, you're kind of using this passion to help you kind of be very authentic and truthful, and like get to the truth of situations as well. And the other meaning of the kind of sword of truth, if you like, is to do with victory as well. And we have this like it's like a laurel wreath kind of going on as well here, so, which is also, you know, associated with victory. So you know, this feels pretty positive. It feels like kind of, yeah, directing your passionate and creative energies to you know, to make sure that you're getting like a fair and just outcome in the situation, and, you know, you're sharing your truth, and you're like kind of allowing other people as well. You know, when we're authentic with people, it allows them to kind of feel like safe enough basically to also be authentic with us too. So this is pretty good energy, but let's just pull a little oracle card for you as well. This is the Work Your Light oracle deck. So is there any other advice for our group 2 or anything else we need to know about this? So your energy's feeling pretty good, to be honest. It's like, yeah, I like this. I like this. I find it so, I always say this when I get to the oracle cards, but they're so hard to shuffle with my small hands. I need to get me some tiny oracles. Okay, come on, let's get an advice card for group 2. Please. Okay, so this is the card that wanted to come out for you, and it says Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising, you are the oracle. So I hope you can see that, because I think it's really pretty. Let's put it here. So yeah, it's like you're tapping into this very fiery, very creative energy, probably expressing yourself creatively. And yeah, this is helping to like raise your vibration. So like I said, I do feel like you're in a pretty good place energetically, and, you know, it's gonna not only allow you to kind of share who you authentically are and your kind of truth, but it encourages the people around you to, you know, feel like they can do the same thing too. So congratulations, group 2. I hope that resonated. I hope that is helpful for you, and please leave me a little comment and let me know down below. And if you want to be entered into my monthly competition to win a personal reading, you just need to subscribe and leave a comment and I will enter you. Thanks for letting me read for you today, Group 2. Have a great day. We will move on to pile 3. Okay, so hi Group 3, if you chose the Lunar Soul Tarot, this is going to be your energy check-in. I just want to quickly, I have already shuffled these, but well, I just want to shuffle them a little bit more to make sure that we're getting really tuning into your energy. So, alright, let's just, please tune into the energy of group number 3, please, and what do they most need to know? Sorry, I nearly dropped the cards in. That's why I made that noise. Okay, I saw this before when I was shuffling and it just came out again, so I'm going to take it. So, first of all, you have the 6 of Cups here. So that's the first. Let's see if we can get another card for you. Give me another card for group 3, please. Checking in with their energy. Okay, and the second one is the Knight of Discs, or the Knight of Pentacles. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see him? Just, oh no, I made it worse. There we go. Yeah, so the Knight of Discs, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so what have we got going on here? So with the 6 of Cups, you've got here, this is quite a cool depiction. So the 6 of Cups is like all about, you know, in the traditional kind of tarot decks, it's all about like childhood nostalgia, like nostalgia for the past, and it does look like you've got the kind of like, this looks like a child's hand, and then this looks like an adult's hand here on the other side. So, you know, it can be to do with, like, often it makes me think of like childhood dreams, or, you know, just like really happy memories from the past. So for you, as we're talking about like kind of energy check-in, and because we're looking at this like particular depiction of the cards, I would say, you know, just looking at how like the plants here are like growing in like a progression, and like I said, it's like you have the like child's hand here and then the adult's hand on the other side. So I think this is, you know, this would really be quite an internal energy for you, and more about like getting in touch with your kind of your inner child. And, you know, I don't, like, hopefully you can see this cup that the child is handing over is like sort of spattered with like paint here, and, you know, that makes me think of like tapping into our kind of creative, you know, our natural creative energies, and like, you know, really sort of unlocking those you know, kind of like almost natural instincts for like creativity and you know, just like inner expression basically. So either this is something that you have been doing or you're being encouraged to do right now, is to like get in touch with your inner child. And, you know, if you are not sure kind of how to do that, it's really about, you know, thinking back to when you were a child, like before you kind of maybe had a job, or like, you know, went to school and had to start worrying about like exams and that kind of stuff. You know, what were the things that like really made you feel joyful and just like kind of brought out that, you know, kind of childlike joy, and just, you know, really excited you, and, you know, things that you could do for hours and not get bored because you're just enjoying them so much. Yeah, I'm really seeing this as like either this is something you're already doing, or you're being encouraged to really get back into touch with those things that, you know, probably you loved doing as a kid, and, you know, like bring it in, like I said, with this progression with the flowers here, like bringing it into your life now and allowing yourself, you know, maybe a bit of time, because it's easy to kind of feel like, oh, I'm too busy, I don't have time, or whatever. But yeah, it's, you know, even if you only set aside like a little bit of time, I don't know, like say you give yourself like half an hour at the weekend, or, you know, whatever it is, like it doesn't have to be, you know, every single day, and it doesn't have to be like lots and lots of time, but it's just giving yourself that like avenue for creative expression that kind of allows us to, you know, basically feel like happy and fulfilled, because, you know, these are cups, so it's talking about like emotional fulfillment and happiness, you know. And then for your second card, the Knight of Discs. So I feel like, you know, together these cards are kind of saying, because the Knight of Discs, the Knight of Pentacles, he is about forward movement. All the Knights are about forward movement, but you know, the Pentacles, the Discs, they're like the earth energy, so they're the slowest moving, you know, Knight of the deck. So it is about progression, but it's not, you know, you don't need to like charge forward. It's not something, like I was saying, if you just want to spend half an hour at the weekend or something, you know, it doesn't have to like take over your whole life. It doesn't have to, you don't need to like rush it in, but just doing like a little bit and just like setting aside that time for yourself is gonna lead to like this progression, this movement forwards. And is that like an ox? I think it is, instead of a horse. So you know, that makes me think of like a really strong, stable, you know, determined kind of energy. And I feel like this is saying, you know, it's really important for you to allow yourself to have that kind of whatever it is, whatever that is for you, you know. Like for me personally, that would be like spending a little bit of time writing every week, because that's something that I've always loved to do. And, you know, it's definitely true for me that, like, just use myself an example, you know, the times when I have felt like really stressed or really unhappy and I haven't written, I've, you know, stopped writing, it actually makes me feel more like miserable. Whereas when I make the effort to like set a little bit of time aside for myself, you know, I can still keep moving forward, even if it's like really, really slow. And it's just like a tiny bit at a time, but that still kind of brings a lot of emotional satisfaction. And, you know, I think we all need that, you know, and it is going to help you to keep moving forwards, basically, and to progress. And yeah, just noticing that his pentacle has a little like flame on the, so I feel like that's, again, it's, you know, it's to do with keeping that kind of passion, that spark alive within you, and sort of nurturing that. And, you know, because this is something as well, if you are sensitive, it's really, really common for, you know, people who are sensitive to want to help other people and to spend a lot of time and a lot of energy trying to like help others. And that's not a bad thing, but, you know, if you don't also like put aside time for yourself and take care of yourself, like you're actually not doing anyone any favors, because, you know, if we allow ourselves to get to a point where we're really like run down or really dissatisfied, then we're not going to be much kind of help to other people. So I feel like this is just a reminder to, it's okay to like take a bit of time for yourself and to do something that brings you this like joy, and like I said, yeah, keeps that little spark alive within. So I just want to pull a quick oracle card for you. Work Your Light oracle deck is what we're using today. It's very beautiful cards. So let's pull a like advice or overview message for our pile number 3, please. What do they most need to hear, or what's going to be most helpful? Okay, yeah, and I feel like this does kind of feed into what we were just talking about. So you've got protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. So just kind of like what I was saying, that, you know, it can be very easy for, you know, if you're sensitive and you kind of pick up on everything and you kind of know how other people are feeling, it's like very easy to get drawn into what's going on with other people and almost like forget about taking care of yourself. So you know, I see this as really important to, you know, just spend a little bit of time doing something that you love, basically. You know, maybe something that you loved doing as a kid, and yeah, it's okay to, you know, take back your energy and, you know, cut cords with people and just focus on you a little bit, because like I was saying, you know, we can't really help other people if we're like completely run down ourselves. So don't let it get to that. You know, I don't feel like you're at that stage, but this is like a reminder to make sure you don't end up getting to that stage where you just feel crappy because you know, you've just been giving so much to other people. So make sure that you also are giving to yourself here as well. So I hope that resonated for you, group 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment if you did, because I like to hear from you. And if you'd like to be entered into my competition to win a free personal reading, you just need to subscribe and leave me a comment on one of my videos, and I will enter you into that competition to win. And yeah, thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye.